Hi, I'm Paul Duchesne, and welcome to Mama Paul's video podcast. That was a opening of the song by Rahman D'Amato that I just played, and I'm going to play the whole song. This is an anniversary of his death, and Rahman is a really good friend of mine. He's a singer, songwriter, musician, and he died about a year ago. In fact, he died the night we went into lockdown. In fact, I had seen him about 11 o'clock at night as I was getting out of work, and he was heading into the package store. And he died that morning about 5 or 6 hours later. The last few years were really rough on him. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the two songs. Now, the one song is You Are Everything, and the second song is Heroin Boy. So I'm just going to play the song. I'm going to put Rahman's picture up there, and the words speak for themselves. So let's go back to the beginning of this, and we'll put Rahman's picture up. And here we go. That was You Are Everything by Rahman D'Amato, and he wrote that album back in quite a while ago, probably about 25 or so years ago. I first met Rahman. I was managing a little health food store down the block, and Rahman was young, early 20s, and he came skateboarding down the block with a guitar over the back of his shoulder, and he skateboarded into the driveway where I was standing, and we started talking, and before long, we were working together at the restaurant, at the health food store. And at one point, he was basically my assistant. I was the manager, and he was my assistant, and he took care of all the scheduling and really got into the natural food movement. He had a whole spiritual side of him, which was really deep and very intuitive. He, many years ago, we were talking about different kinds of human systems, and he had become quite prolific in human design. And I walked into his room one night, and he said, "You know, you shouldn't even be working." He said, "You're a projector. You should be thinking of things, and people should be working on your ideas." Well, he was right. I am a projector, and he was right about that. And I overwork and tend to burn myself out by doing it, which is part of the whole modus operandi of that. And enough said about that right now. Anyway, like I said, he was a really good friend of mine. I really liked it. We hung out together. And unfortunately, as things changed and he stopped working in the health food store, the sex, dope, and rock and roll took over a little bit more in his life than one would have hoped for. And he was pretty much like a lot of us. He was a real contradiction in terms. On one hand, he's super healthy and super enlightened about a lot of things, and on the other hand, he's really self-destructive. And over the last few years of his life, he had a very difficult time with a lot of physical ailments, and a lot of people in the community tried to help him and did help him, but it was in the end, it was to no avail. And right now, I believe we're having a little memorial for him out of town today. I couldn't attend it. That's why we're going to do this. So like I said, there were two songs that really profoundly affected me that sort of sum him up. You Are Everything, which is sort of a real song about the positiveness of the whole world situation. Where is the future? Do you think that it's walking out on you? Where are the answers? Do you know that they're hiding right within you now? You're everything there is, and you're more than you know. You're perfect as you are. Oh, don't you know that you are beautiful? Basically, he's saying you encompass the entire universe. Well, we couldn't get more Buddhisty than that. If we take a deep look inside of ourselves, we connect to everything in the universe, and in fact, we are everything. It was an amazingly well put insight. The second song I'm going to play by him is a 6-minute song, and the name of the song is Heroin Boy. And in a sense, it sums up the latter part of Rahman's life. Heroin Boy, for some reason, he dedicated the song to me. Heroin is one drug I wouldn't get near with a 10-foot pole. But we had a Christmas dance one year, and Rahman was playing, and he had just written the song, and he dedicated the song to me. It really threw me back quite a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to play the song right now. Let me show you one more. Let's just show you a couple of pictures that were left over here. Not left over, but anyway, that we've got. This was the picture here that was in the newspaper when they had a little, and Paul Liberator wrote a bit of a obituary for Rahman. And let's see, I got one more picture. This was a picture of Rahman's, that's a picture of Rahman's dad, John D'Amato, who's quite a character in his own right and has made a couple of interesting, made a movie years ago, and has been involved with music and a few other things. Anyway, like I said, I really miss him. This is his hat. This was a little polka dot hat he had. Rahman was notorious for breaking mores, and at one point he had a T-shirt that said, I don't know if you're allowed to say it on YouTube, but the F word, boom, fuck local. And being that I'm a good friend of Rahman, one of the more anal folks around town didn't like that their kids saw this on his T-shirt, and thought it was very offensive, and that I should tell him not to wear the shirt anymore. Well, that didn't go over too big with me anyway. I just let it go, and just another one of those little things where people were trying to tell him what he ought to do and what he ought not to do. Anyway, we had a lot of water under the bridge, and I'm not going to get into any stories other than what I just said about him skateboarding down the block. We became best friends, and I said goodbye to him a couple hours before he died. And okay, so here we go. Let's go down to Heroin Boy, and we'll finish with that. Well, the easy part may be leaving, and the harder part may be just staying around to clean up what's left here. Good luck on your journey, Rahman, and we all miss you, and my heart is out to you. Take care.